दरवाजा बंद। जैकलिन जी उधर ही रुकिए ना। मैम पीछे से हट जा पीछे। अपना क्या नाम है? अरे दत्ता भाई। अरे शैडो आ रहा है सब। बोल अभी बोलो सब। दादा आप कहाँ घुस? जैकलिन जी। जैकलिन जी। जैकलिन सामने। जैकलिन सेंटर। जैकलिन सेंटर। जैकलिन सेंटर। ये पार्टी Jacqueline, this corner, please. This corner. Jacqueline, this corner. चलो चल पालो में बंडे लाइट तो मारो फॉलो कर मेरे को देखते नहीं मेरे को दे लाइट दे अरे हट पूरा किया उधर चल आ गया ले ना माँ आज चल
Welcome, Jacqueline. From May to June, there was a 70% increase. But just take a look at some of these facts that I'm going to present to you. This shows that we have a lot of attention that we're being able to regain. We are rebuilding confidence in the minds of various groups of travelers. We will soon have an activity in Colombo and in down south, a place called Goal, and being travel agents, you know where Goal is. We will have an event titled Colombo Celebrate, and that will run over 7 days during first week of August, for which we are inviting some icons and stars representing different disciplines. And I'm happy to say that the organizers of this event have got in touch with your legendary, iconic past cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. He has consented to it and a few more steps to go through. And apart from that, your movie star Deepika Padukone is expected to visit Sri Lanka as well, just to give you a couple of names. And apart from that, the organizers are looking at getting down somebody from the British royal family as well, just for you to get a flavor of the magnitude of the activity we are going to do, how exciting it's going to be, how glamorous it's going to be.
Is Jacqueline Fernandez. Can you say a few words, please?
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see some familiar Sri Lankan faces here in Mumbai. I'm just going to keep this as brief and short as possible. I have spent, first of all, you all know Sri Lanka is my homeland, and I have spent some of my fondest, most beautiful memories and holidays over there. I can reminisce about the times that, we've like showered under waterfalls, or we've played in lagoons, or we've gone on the most beautiful wildlife safaris. We've, taken late night rides in Colombo and eaten some of the most delicious Sri Lankan food. So as you can imagine, it was extremely upsetting to see what had happened in April to Sri Lanka. And not just to us as Sri Lankans, but I think the entire world was saddened by it, because it was, one of the most unforeseen and uncalled for terrorist attacks in recent times. So, despite being completely saddened by it, and our deepest prayers going out to all the families and victims of these attacks, it was also heartening to see how well the country stood together in solitude and in unity, and how quickly and swiftly the country also managed to dismantle the entire network. So what I really feel is important today to stress on is the fact that Sri Lanka is absolutely safe to go back to right now. We really do would love your support and your continued support for Sri Lanka. We love our friends from India. You have been lovely tourists for us, and I think we would love your continued support in visiting Sri Lanka and in visiting our country. Also, I'm looking forward to spending my birthday there this year in August, because it really is one of the most unique places that you could go to if you're planning a party, or if you're planning a wedding, or if you're planning a getaway, a holiday. There's so much to do, and the people are always smiling and welcoming, and the food is amazing. So really looking forward to your continued support, and looking forward to, and hoping as well that you really make, you take advantage of all the amazing offers right now that Sri Lanka is offering all of our tourists. And yeah, Sri Lanka is completely safe to go to, and I think that's the most important thing. I think that needs to be stressed upon right now. So thank you, and please do spread the word, and thank you all for being here today.
May I now request the Honorable Minister John Amaratunga to felicitate our guest, Ms. Jacqueline Fernandez, please.
Not to make a speech, but a word of appreciation for this charming lady who is no stranger to us. She is a Sri Lankan herself, who has excelled here in India in the film industry. We are very proud of her, and I am extremely thankful to you for having taken your valuable time off to be here to support the cause of Sri Lanka. I think our council was responsible for extending this invitation. I thank her also. And as you know, she has to leave early. I suggested that the delegation take a photograph before you leave, if you don't mind. Okay.
Right. Photo खाली बस center please.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Yes, yes.
You'll have to go
Center.
Yes. So how is it becoming the face of your homeland, and then talking about it? How's it?
It's extremely important, I think, that when certain issues need to be addressed, that they are addressed. And for me, this is something, Sri Lanka tourism is something that I always try to encourage, and I always try to promote, because I'm extremely attached and very fond of my homeland. And so it's important that in times like this, and in times of distress, that I think, you know, and I think we all have this. I think this is something that as South Asians we do actually hold very strongly, is our patriotism. And yeah, and I think that for me, I feel happy that I'm being able to at least be a spokesperson. That's the least I can do, at least for my country. Hi. Thank you.
We consider your country as an extension of you, and you as an extension of your country, with your charm, your brilliance, and flexibility, and the natural
flexibility. Wow, Sri Lanka is flexible. I like that. Okay.
Do you think the conditions which Sri Lanka had recently gone through, they have overcome? But as in India, as a country, they are still facing such conditions from other neighboring countries. So do you think the two countries can come together, and what can be the probable solution of this big thing called terrorism?
I think that, you know, when certain instances and incidences happen like this, for example, what had happened to Sri Lanka a few months back, people should only be learning that terrorism is something that cannot be tolerated anymore. In this day and age, it's destroying lives, it's destroying countries, it's taking away innocent children, people. It's completely unnecessary, it's completely uncalled for. I just hope that, and it's unfortunate that with every single incident, we need to be learning when it's very, very clear that this is something that we don't want. I mean, people are suffering, people are dying. Why would we want to bring that on? So I just hope that people learn from such an incident, and they understand the pain that it causes and the impact as well that it causes on a country, not just for the people that were involved, but for everyone. Everyone, I think, gets affected. So yeah, I just hope that people understand the importance of unity. Unity is the only way that we can overcome such things as terrorism, because their main objective is to divide and conquer. So.
In addition to this, you are planning for a Sri Lankan-based restaurant also?
I have a restaurant there, yes.
And in India, are you planning for such things as an experience?
Well, I'm really happy to actually hear that Bombay already has 2 Sri Lankan restaurants. So, you know, people here can also enjoy the taste of Sri Lanka, which is fantastic because Sri Lankan, and which is very good for me as well because I love Sri Lankan food. But it's a very, very unique taste, and I know a lot of my friends from here, from Bombay, whoever has visited Sri Lanka, they always come back saying that the food is amazing. So there are already 2 restaurants in Mumbai, Sri Lankan restaurants, and I hope that everyone's being able to enjoy the taste of Sri Lanka there.
ट्रैवलिंग को लेकर क्या फील करती हो और ट्रैवल लवर्स को क्या मैसेज देना चाहते हो?
किसको?
Travel
Travel lovers, I mean, for the longest time, Sri Lanka has been topping the #1 tourist destination. And we're also very proud to say that, like, India has been our largest number of tourists. So, and it's disheartening and it's saddening to see that because of the incident, the terrorist attack that had taken place, our numbers have dropped. So it's really, really important for us to send across the message right now that Sri Lanka is completely safe. The country has very swiftly and very, very well completely dismantled the entire network and made sure that security is on a completely different level. So we want to encourage our friends again, our neighboring friends, that Sri Lanka is the #1 tourist destination to go to, as was before. We may have suffered a very terrible attack, but that does not change the fact that we are still a paradise to visit. And for travel lovers, I mean, like, the best thing about Sri Lanka, it's a very, very small, compact country. So even if you want to go from, like, mountains and tea plantations to a beach or to a wildlife or to anything of the sort, you can be there in, like, literally a couple of hours because the infrastructure is so good. And I know this because I have so many of my Indian friends who have visited Sri Lanka and continue visiting Sri Lanka. They have their weddings there, they have their parties there, and so for travel lovers, nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed in the country.
Okay, Jacqueline, you are from Sri Lanka, but you've been living in India for quite some time.
Yes.
World Cup is on. India and Sri Lanka World Cup. Which team will you be cheering for?
It's a really, really tough one, actually. First of all, I don't watch cricket, so I actually don't know what goes on. But see, when India is playing anyone else, I'm always rooting for India. But when India is playing for Sri Lanka, I vote for Sri Lanka. and I think the best thing about that is the fact that, like, I feel a lot of love from India as well for Sri Lanka, like, even when we're playing, because there's so many times I've watched a match in Bombay with my Indian friends, and I'm like, come on, Sri Lanka, and they're like, yeah, okay, come on. Oh, you know, like, there's a lot of love actually that goes between the two. So it's actually nice to see that camaraderie. I love it actually when they do play, because you actually feel like it's a sport of it's a sport, you know, and, like, they take it that way, and they take it, like, you know, in true sportsmanship. So.
Jacqueline, it's great to have you as a brand ambassador of Sri Lanka. You tell me, are you planning to have a, like, you are the brand ambassador, are you planning to have get some of your friends from the industry to promote the tourism? Maybe you're planning a trip or something just to promote the cause. Is there any plan or something?
Yeah,
like
I actually, I mean, like, I actually am planning to be there for my birthday this year. Whoever is free and willing and available to come, I will definitely be inviting. But I mean, even if they can't make it for my birthday, I will make sure that whoever is looking to vacation in Sri Lanka this year, I will make sure that they actually do have a really, really well-organized, well-planned trip for themselves. So I'm hoping to bring a lot of like my co-stars and contemporaries or friends from the industry as well, and because their support also would mean a lot. Yeah.
Jacqueline, people in the film industry believe you to be a very bankable star.
Thank you.
Do you agree?
Well, yeah, I mean, like if that's what if people say that, then I'm obviously very flattered. That's an important thing important reputation to have. But I have been part of of big commercial films, and I think that for me, I do identify myself as a commercial actress, and so it really does. It really does help, and I've been doing this now, I think, for the past 10 years. So there's a long way to go still. Now.
So as you said, a commercial actress and most bankable, so you will be the first actress who will be pioneering into the web space now.
Yeah.
So I will be remembered for this.
Thank you. That's sweet. No, it is. It's a very new territory for me, actually. I'm currently working on Mrs. Serial Killer. It's a digital platform, so it's not something that I'm used to either. I'm used to theatrical, I'm used to cinema halls, and I'm used to Fridays. But this is a completely new and completely interesting space for me. But I think what's cool about that as well is that fact that this seems to be the future as well, and this seems to be a new emerging platform for films. It doesn't change anything about the fact that of what we do. We're still going out there as actors. We're still making a film. We still work with very similar teams. Pretty much the team that I'm working with right now on Mrs. Serial Killer is familiar faces that I see. Our platform changes, but it's also lovely to see that because of digital, the reach now has become so big, so many people are being able to watch our films, and so much new content and so much new talent is being discovered as well.
Any preparation for this role? Yeah,
any preparation?
I know you are so talented, impressive.
Well, preparation for this role, I have to definitely work on becoming a much stronger person. So that's what it is, mentally and physically.
Kill with your looks. Now you will kill with your...
Yeah, let's see. I'll try on you, okay? Yeah.
Without King, there won't be without Jacqueline. So there is something. What's the update on table right now?
I think Sajid Nadyatwala is working on the script. It's been something that he's been working on consistently, I think, for some time. And knowing Nadyatwala, he's a perfectionist, so he will not, I think, come to any of us without a perfect blockbuster script. He is blockbuster to us, so he is working on that, and we're giving him all the time and space that he needs for that.
Jacqueline, many wishes. Jacqueline, we wish you and your country Sri Lanka best.
Thank you.
Wishes, and you and your country keep shining.
Thank you so much, and thank you for making it here, all of you today, and giving us the support that we need. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
जैकलिन जी यहाँ पे सेंटर राइट कॉर्नर जैकलिन सेंटर सेंटर राइट कॉर्नर सेंटर प्लीज सेंटर जैकलिन सेंटर प्लीज जैकलिन सेंटर प्लीज जैकलिन सेंटर ये सब काम मत करो चलो फोटो नहीं लेने दे रहे हैं वो मारता अमूल भाई उठो मत पीछे से लो अमूल भाई इसी अरे पार्टी कौन है यार अरे पीछे से हटिए ना ओ दादा अरे टोपी डाउन जैकलिन डाउन जैकलिन मैम ओ जैकलिन मैम